What up, guys? So we're here in my room. We were stretching a little bit. We're stretching the erectors. So they're a little tight from yesterday, but it's all good. So spine feels great. The erectors are just heavily worked, and it's okay because yesterday was back day, so good. Um, I'm here to talk about like I said, I was trying to do more videos because I want to talk to you guys more, and hopefully these videos actually pick up a little bit because I have been getting no views on the last two videos. So, but I'm here to talk about you know I've been seeing, and I'm sure you guys have been seeing too, 14-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds pulling crazy amount of weight, deadlifting crazy amount of weight, benching crazy amount of weight, squatting crazy amount of weight. Primarily, the exercise I see most common in this younger generation is the bench press. All these kids, because they are kids, 14-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 17 and 18-year-olds as well. So pretty much from the 14 guys up to 18-year-olds, okay, that range right there, those 4 years. This group of boys, are bench pressing crazy amount of weight, 400 pounds, 500 pounds, 800 pounds, up to like 600 pounds, I think. And I just saw a guy fail 405 at 14. The weight smashed on him, okay, unracked it, came down, boom, and crushed him. 3 spotters on the weight, and the guy just, I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if he's still alive. I don't know what happened. He had about 400 followers on Instagram, and yeah, posted 2 clips, and I'm assuming he's still alive if he posted it. Hopefully you learned the lesson. I understand, wanting to PR, guys. I understand. But you can't be dumb. You can't be dumb, guys. Like, if I see the 225 moves got on bench, I might put a 10, maybe a 5 on there. I'm not gonna put another 45. These kids, what they're doing, right? Number one, they're doing touch and goes. Literally, not even touch and goes. They're doing trampoline bounces. So coming off the rack, right? Now, I've done touch and goes for a long time too, but number one, I see a lot of things. So I was talking about guys with bench. You guys have to keep your 3 points of contacts, right? So your ass, your feet, and your upper back on the bench, right? And I see all these kids, they come down, right? And their ass comes off the bench. They're using their legs to literally press themselves up. And then they're bouncing the weight off like a trampoline. That's not how you do it. That's not how you do it, guys. I've been benching now for about 2 years. I also used to bench before, but I've learned a lot. And I still have more to learn. And I've learned that touch and goes don't count. Touch and goes don't count. If you PR touch and go, then you say, hey, this is my touch and go PR. But you can't say I bench. Bench is unracking, coming down, pausing for about 1 to 2 seconds, and coming up. Boom. You're not jumping the weight. You're not jerking the weight. You're not, right? And another thing is, I see a lot of these 14-year-olds, right? You're young, right? You're 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. You're not a man until you're like 21, My strength at 18 versus my strength now at 21, night and day. My strength when I was like 15, when I first started lifting, to now, night and day, guys, night and day. So, I want to talk about that because it's really crazy to me. And I'm seeing all these kids post videos of them benching crazy amount of weight. First of all, stop hopping on gear if you're 14. You should not be hopping on gear. Even if you're 21, you should not hop on gear unless you're competing at the professional level. Another thing is, why are you doing this? Why do you... I get it, bench press is awesome. I love bench pressing too. It's one of my favorite exercises. But you have to treat it like everything else, guys. You can't go in at 14 and do these touch and goes and hop on substances, or if you're natural or whatever. If you can't... So I understood this. if you can't even hold the bar without somebody there, you should not be doing that way. And these guys, like, bro, 405, this is elite powerlifter bench press, man. 405 is a bench press that elite powerlifters bench, strongman, big bodybuilders, right? Even in my gym, there's guys on steroids, they don't even bench 405, max 315. And you're 14 and you're loading up 405 on the bar, right? You have 3 spotters here, right? You're wearing elbow wraps, not even wrist wraps, because I would be more worried about the wrist, and that's what happened. So I saw this guy, and I'm going to explain to you guys the video. So there was this kid in, I don't know, a basement gym or something, or a home gym. And I don't know if it was actually an actual gym, but he came in, warmed up. Warm-up looked horrible. And warmed up at the bar, whatever, went up to 405. Guy, he has 3 spotters on there. Guy unracks it. Kid's right there. Has only elbow wraps. So when I really bench heavy, guys, I wear wrist straps and elbow wraps. I believe the wrists should be locked in tight, right? And I believe this right here, right, to where you can do that, not safe, right? You want this to be firm. And the guy comes down, not even comes down, the bar just slips off his wrist. So when you're 14, you're still going through puberty, okay, as men and women, besides the point. When you're 14, you're still going through puberty, and you're loading up 405, or your bones are fragile, or you're a kid, baby, you're a baby, dude. And you're going in, and you're tackling weights that elite powerlifters, bodybuilders, guys who are crazy strong, that, like, and you're trying to bench 405 or 14, bro, for views, bro. Like, literally, you guys gotta stop, bro. This epidemic has to stop of doing anything for views. This is what it is. People will do anything for views. Literally, people will destroy their bodies for views, I deadlift, guys, like the way I do, because I love it, and it works for me. And it's worked for me for the last years, right? But I take my rest very seriously, right? I'm not deadlifting every week. I'm not doing it every week. Same thing with bench press. Same thing with everything. I train the way I train for me, not for views. I train the way I train for me. So and views, fuck views. Honestly, fuck views, because like if views are gonna make you like literally kids are destroying their bodies for views. There's a 17-year-old, I think he's now 18. He's sponsored by Young LA. The kid's benching like 700, I think, 700 pounds at 18 years old. He's on steroids, of course, almost died from a heart attack. He's using elbow wraps, wrist straps, a slingshot, and elbow sleeves. And he's doing all this. I'm gonna move my phone back, sorry, but and he's doing all this stuff for views, right? And that's what's crazy to me. I'm like, bro, why are you doing this for views? Honestly, guys, views are not worth it, For what, bro? For what? You're loading 405 on the bar at 14 years old. I'm gonna put you guys down real quick, sorry. I'm trying to get my blanket real quick. Sorry. A little cold, guys. But sorry, guys, I'm not sick, I'm just a little cold right now, so I'm gonna just put this blanket over me. There you go. Sorry. But, and they're doing crazy stuff at 14, Like, even if you're 405 is a bench press that's crazy. But you're not like, this isn't 225, bro. This is 405, bro. This is serious fucking weight. And people are crazy, like, they'll do anything for you. And this 14-year-old, his rib cage, I don't know what happened to him. I don't know. He hasn't even replied to the comments. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he's still alive. I hope he's okay. I pray he's okay. But to me, it's crazy. That amount of weight at that young of an age. Kid probably weighs probably like maybe Kid probably weighs at least 150, maybe 140 pounds. His bones are smaller than the freaking bar, dude. Like, what you're asking for, you're asking for a disaster at that point. So, to me, it's crazy, and it's really sad. It saddens me Because I'm like, man, these kids are out here destroying their bodies, bro, for views, bro. Take it slow. You know how long it took me to get from 185 to 225, guys, raw? Okay, not raw, but I mean, like with elbow wraps and everything. I can probably bench 225 without elbow wraps, but you know how long it took me guys to get to that? It took me 5 months from going from 185, guys, to 225. It took me 5 months. It also took me 5 months to go from 315 to 345. It took me, like months, and the fact that people are willing to just, everybody wants to cut corners, right? Everybody wants to bench heavyweight with shitty form, nobody cares. Trust me, you'll care when you tear a pec and you won't be able to bench anymore. Trust me, then you'll care. That's why I say, be smart. I train very heavy, guys, very aggressive, but I take my rest very, very, very seriously. I get my 8 to 10 hours of sleep. I get my meals in. I get my water in. I take my hot showers. I take my ice baths, my cold showers in the morning when I wake up. I'm doing what I can to perform at my best. But if you're a kid like that, bro, and you have no idea what you're doing, because this guy had no idea what you're doing. I don't give a fuck how old you are. Excuse my language, guys. But if you're 14, you think you know what you're doing, bro, you don't know nothing. Nothing, bro. Number one. Number two, goes in, this guy wants to move big weight. I understand. There's no reason to be moving 405 at 14 years old. You literally just shattered your ribcage, so yeah. And this is crazy to me that, I know guys will do what they want, nobody really listens to their parents anymore. But, I just say, like, be careful, guys. I lift very heavy, very aggressive, but, the way I do it, I've learned how to control my body. I've learned, okay, you know what? We'll do this, then I'll rest for this much, right? I've done it, now for about 6 years, and I've never had any major injuries. I've had, bicep tendonitis right here, and my shoulder, I've gotten that to away. I've had hip impingement. I've had more like, like not like injuries, but like iffies, like oh, that bothers me. So I've had rotator cuff pain. I've had a lot of stuff happen to me, and you know what? I've gotten better, and I've now, thankfully, knock on wood, I haven't had anything that bothers me in a while. So we've been performing really well. And our workouts have been really good. Have been feeling better. Have been feeling great, solid. So overall, awesome. And I not even with bench. I see it even on deadlifts. I saw a freaking 18-year-old pulling 800 pounds. And these guys want to move all this weight, and fast and strong and big. Bro, you're so young. You're still developing, bro. You need to, like, I get wanting to lift, and you should lift when you can, and as soon as you can. But take it slow. Don't be that guy, bro, who just chases numbers. I chase numbers, but I'm also understand that my body needs rest. So the way I chase numbers is I'm not going to be the guy, okay, 225 went smooth, I'm going to go to 315. No, that's dumb, and that's how you're going to get injured. So, if you guys are wanting to chase PRs, remember, do it, but do it right and do it correct, all right? Anyhow, I just wanted to let you guys know because I just saw that video. I'm like, bro, I just have to make a video on this. So, hope that kid's okay. I'm going to see more of his page and DM him and see what's up. All right, anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Bye.